Imagine the internet as a vast iceberg. What you see on the surface is only a small fraction of what lies beneath. Beyond everyday websites and social media platforms exists a hidden, enigmatic world known as the dark web. Today's video takes you on a comprehensive journey into this secretive realm. We'll explore its key components, compare it with the deep and surface web, explain how to access it, examine the various threats it harbors, and outline crucial steps for protecting yourself online. If you're fascinated by cybersecurity and digital privacy, click the subscribe button and join our community for deeper insights into technology and safety. So, let's gear up and dive into the digital underworld. Key components of the dark web. The dark web is not a single entity. It's a hidden layer within the internet that provides extreme privacy and anonymity. Unlike the websites you visit daily, the dark web is built on unique foundations that set it apart. Let's break down its core components and understand its purposes. The first one is overlay networks. These networks are the backbone of the dark web. They work by creating additional layers over the regular internet to obscure user identities. This architecture is essential for hiding both the location of the sites and the users themselves. The next component of the dark web is encrypted communications. Data is heavily encrypted to ensure that conversations and transactions remain private. This encryption protects against eavesdropping and interception by unauthorized parties. It is one of the critical factors that attract both privacy advocates and criminals alike. The third one is specialized browsers. Accessing the dark web requires tools like the Tor Browser. These browsers are designed to route your connection through multiple servers, making your digital trail nearly impossible to follow. Without such specialized software, the dark web remains completely out of reach. The last component is hidden services. Websites on the dark web do not use standard domain names. They often have addresses ending in .onion. These sites are deliberately unindexed by conventional search engines, adding an extra layer of obscurity. They range from secure communication platforms for whistleblowers to marketplaces that trade in illicit goods. Main functions of the dark web. The dark web serves a variety of functions. While it is infamous for illegal activities, it also offers legitimate uses. Let's look at the main functions of the dark web. Number 1. Whistleblowing and journalism. It uses secure channels that help activists and journalists communicate sensitive information without fear of reprisal. These platforms ensure that crucial information can be shared in oppressive regimes. Number 2. Privacy and anonymity. For many users, anonymity is a fundamental right, so people use the dark web to avoid surveillance, whether by governments or corporations, safeguarding personal freedoms. Number 3. Academic and scientific research. Researchers and cybersecurity experts study the dark web to better understand vulnerabilities and improve security measures that serve as a testing ground for new privacy technologies. The last function of the dark web is illegal marketplaces. Unfortunately, a significant portion of the dark web is devoted to cybercrime. This includes drug trafficking, weapons trading, and the sale of stolen data. However, it is important to note that not everything on the dark web is criminal. Differences between the dark web, deep web, and surface web. This multifaceted nature makes the dark web both intriguing and dangerous. Its anonymity can be a force for good or a tool for exploitation. Next, we'll compare this hidden realm with the deep web and the surface web to give you a clearer picture of where it stands in the digital hierarchy. To truly understand the dark web, it helps to see how it fits within the broader structure of the internet. Let's explore the 3 main layers. The first layer of the internet is the surface web. This is the part of the internet that is most familiar to us, which includes everything that is easily accessible through standard search engines like Google or Bing. Daily activities such as browsing social media, reading news, or shopping online take place here, and the content is indexed and publicly available. The second one is the deep web. The deep web is far larger than the surface web, which consists of content that is not indexed by search engines. This includes private databases, email accounts, subscription services, academic journals, and online banking systems. Although vast, the deep web is mostly composed of legitimate, secure information meant for restricted access. The last layer of the internet is the dark web. The dark web is a small, specialized subset of the deep web that requires specific software like the Tor browser to access. It offers high levels of anonymity and is often used for both legal and illegal purposes. Many of the sites here are designed to evade detection and can only be accessed by those who know where to look. Comparing in terms of accessibility, content type, and anonymity. Let's delve a little deeper into these layers in terms of accessibility, content type, and anonymity with more details. Accessibility. The surface web is open and user-friendly, accessible to anyone with an internet connection. The deep web requires some form of authentication or special access. Think of private portals, secure logins, or membership-based sites. The dark web is highly restricted. Even if you have the necessary software, finding your way around can be challenging without the proper guidance. Content type. On the surface web, content is meant for the public, ranging from news articles to entertainment. The deep web contains private or personal data that needs to remain hidden, like medical records or internal corporate files. The dark web is a mix. While it houses a variety of content, much of it is geared towards maintaining secrecy and anonymity and, in some cases, engaging in illicit activities. Anonymity. Anonymity on the surface web is minimal. Most websites know who you are through cookies and tracking software. In the deep web, anonymity is moderate since many sites require you to log in with personal credentials. On the dark web, anonymity is paramount. Users go to great lengths to protect their identity, employing advanced encryption and obfuscation techniques. Understanding these distinctions not only helps demystify the dark web, but also prepares you for navigating its challenges safely. Speaking of navigation, let's move on to how someone might access the dark web. How to access the dark web. Accessing the dark web is not as simple as opening your regular browser. It requires a careful and informed approach. Here's a detailed walkthrough on how to get started. Downloading the Tor browser. The first step is to visit the official Tor project website. The Tor website link is provided in the description below. Ensure that you download the genuine version of the Tor browser. This is crucial for your security. Double-check website authenticity and look for security certificates to avoid counterfeit software. Verifying the authenticity. Once downloaded, it's a good idea to verify the software's integrity using the PGP signatures provided on the Tor website. To verify the signature, follow the guide provided on the Tor website. The guide link is provided in the description below. This extra step helps confirm that you are not installing malware or compromised versions of the browser. Installation and configuration of the browser. Follow the installation wizard carefully and then customize your security settings according to your personal preferences. More security often means slower browsing speeds, but the trade-off is worth it for enhanced anonymity. You should familiarize yourself with the settings and features of the Tor browser. Knowing your tools is half the battle. Connecting to the Tor network. To connect to the Tor network, you should launch the Tor browser and wait for it to establish a secure connection. This process involves routing your internet traffic through multiple nodes, which effectively masks your true IP address. Once connected, you'll be ready to browse websites that are only accessible through the Tor network, typically ending in .onion. Before we move on, if you're finding this content useful, please hit that subscribe button and join our community for more insights into the digital world. Types of threats on the dark web. Navigating the dark web comes with its fair share of risks. Understanding these threats is key to safeguarding your personal information and devices. Here are the primary dangers you might encounter. While using the dark web, you may encounter the following from malicious software. The dark web is notorious for hosting various types of malware. So, ransomware can lock your files and demand payment to unlock them, resulting in data loss and financial damage. Keyloggers may record every keystroke, which makes it possible to steal sensitive login credentials and personal data. Remote access Trojans, RATs, provide hackers with full control over your system, enabling them to access, manipulate, or steal your data. Crypto miners can hijack your device's resources to mine cryptocurrencies without your permission. Information stealers are designed specifically to extract personal and financial data, putting you at risk of identity theft. Another threat on the dark web may be data theft and fraud. Stolen credit card information and hacked accounts are common commodities on the dark web. Fraudsters often sell personal data and financial details, leading to significant monetary losses for victims. You may be the victim of scams and phishing attacks. Phishing schemes are rampant, where deceptive websites pose as legitimate services. Fraudulent schemes promise high returns on investments or free services, only to vanish once they have your money or personal details. Beware of counterfeit sites that mimic well-known platforms to trick you into divulging sensitive information. Government surveillance is another threat you may encounter. Despite the high levels of anonymity, government agencies actively monitor the dark web. Undercover operations and honeypot traps are set up to catch cybercriminals. Law enforcement partners with internet service providers to track suspicious activities, meaning that even anonymized actions might eventually be traced if illegal activities are involved. Cybercrime communities are another threat of the dark web. The dark web is a breeding ground for organized cybercrime. So, these communities exchange information on hacking techniques, trade stolen data, and sometimes orchestrate coordinated cyber attacks. Understanding these threats can help you remain vigilant and make informed decisions about whether to explore or interact with content on the dark web. How to access the dark web safely. Even if you decide to explore the dark web, safety should always be your top priority. Here are 7 essential tips to help you access the dark web as safely as possible. Use a dedicated device. It's best to use a separate device solely for dark web activities. This isolates any potential malware or breaches, keeping your data secure on your primary device. Employ a robust VPN. Before launching the Tor browser, connect through a trusted VPN. This extra layer of encryption helps conceal your real IP address and location. Install and update security software. Ensure your dedicated device has updated antivirus and anti-malware programs. Regular updates are crucial as new threats emerge constantly on the dark web. Utilize the Tor browser properly. Familiarize yourself with the Tor browser settings and security options. Use the browser in its most secure mode to minimize vulnerabilities. Disable JavaScript. JavaScript can sometimes expose your real IP address or other identifying information. Disabling it in your browser settings can help maintain your anonymity. Avoid sharing personal information. Do not enter real names, addresses, or any other identifiable information while browsing. Treat every interaction as if it could potentially expose your identity. Be cautious of downloads. Downloading files from unknown or untrusted sources on the dark web can lead to malware infections. If you must download something, use an air-gapped system or thoroughly scan the file with multiple antivirus programs before opening it. Following these safety steps can significantly reduce your risk while exploring the dark web. However, remember that no method is completely foolproof. The safest approach is always to be well-informed and cautious about every click and download. Conclusion. The dark web is a fascinating, complex realm shrouded in mystery and misconception. Today, we've unraveled its key components, compared it with the deep and surface web, and walked through how to access it safely and responsibly. We've also explored the real threats lurking in its shadows and provided actionable steps to protect yourself in an increasingly digital world. Ultimately, understanding the dark web is crucial whether you're a cybersecurity enthusiast, a curious researcher, or simply someone who values digital privacy. The anonymity it offers can be a powerful tool for freedom and protection, but it also comes with significant risks that should never be underestimated. If you found this deep dive helpful, please like this video, share it with friends who might benefit from this knowledge, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth discussions on cybersecurity and technology. Your engagement helps us continue to create content that keeps you informed and safe online. Thank you for watching. Stay secure, and see you in the next video.